Angelo here, Hollywood filmmaker. Back in the old apartment. I didn't think I'd be in my apartment tonight. I thought I'd be out. Instead, I'm in. The old switcheroo. I thought I was out, but then I was in. Thought I had something to do out. Instead, I have nothing to do in. That's not true. I don't have nothing to do, but... oh, I messed up. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get a fan in here. It is getting hot. I got a belt because that dollar store belt was like cutting this edge of the belt. Instead of being rounded like this quality belt I got, it was a jagged, sharp edge. And it was cutting my skin on my stomach. And the belt was wearing out. So I went to Target, got this. It was 24. No, this was like 14 bucks. I don't know why the good belts are the cheapest. I say good belts because none of the other belts fit me right. They're either a little too small. You go from 32 to 36, because I think I have a 36-inch waist, or rough about there. 32 to 36, they're always a little bit too small. You can only get like the last loop. 36 to 40, too big. You go as tight as you can, it doesn't work. This belt has loops, or holes all the way through. How? And this is like $10 cheaper than the other ones. The other ones were like 25 bucks. So I'm like, good. I get the cheap one and it's higher quality. Amazing. Oh man, I should get a fan. I got my window all the way open and it just makes it just as hot. Maybe it makes it worse. I don't know. But there's no air conditioning in my room. Oh man, I gotta get some water. I'll do some burpees while I'm waiting for people to come. So I'll flip this around. There you go. How am I going to do this? Alright. So while... I got to turn this around because now I can't see what I'm looking at. Because, yeah, while we wait for people to come, I'll do some burpees. Always good to do exercise. Today was sort of a refeed day where I tried to add a little more food, and I'll get into why specifically after I was like starving myself all week. That in addition to being at like a refeed day where I add more carbohydrates in my diet, I was eating a little bit more today. But I'll get into that, and it has to do with the reason I was going to be out and what I was going to do out. Decent little workout. Hello everyone. Alright, got 6 people here now. So I totally screwed something up. I was pissed at myself, but I was like, I gotta turn around and go home. Tonight would have been a night where I saw one of my favorite movies for the first time in theaters, because I've only ever seen it on TV or DVD. And the first time I've been at a movie theater in over a year. The Age of Innocence at the Secret Movie Club. I thought it was at 8:30. This is what happened. I mixed up my times. I thought, good. I'll leave around 7:30. I'll get there around 8. Have time to sit down and I'll enjoy it. Park, enjoy it. As I got in my car, which was like 3 blocks down the road or 4 blocks down the road where I had to park, I looked at the email with my ticket to pull up the address on Google Maps, and I saw the time of the movie was 7:30. And I'm like, oh shit, fuck, man, I wanted to talk to people there too. You know? At a lot of events, I just talk to people around me, say hi, what's your name, whatever. Most people are glad to talk. Especially now that, this is like the first event I was going to be at as the pandemic, at least in California, is getting better. And, yeah, I was like, fuck! I started driving there, and I was like, well, I'm going to get there like at least 30 minutes late. I don't want to interrupt other people. I don't know what the seating arrangement is like, if I'll have to bother anyone to sit down. I really don't want to do this. And I saw they'll transfer your ticket to another day, and I'm like, okay, I'll do that. Now the other thing is, they have a showing later tonight of The Magnificent Ambersons, the Orson Welles movie that I've never seen, but I love Orson Welles films. I've seen The Trial. Actually, The Trial may be my favorite of his that I've seen. Citizen Kane, of course, which is also great. I also love that. And what was the other one? The Stranger, where he plays he plays a Nazi war criminal that's in hiding after World War II. And I would have loved to have seen The Magnificent Ambersons as well tonight, but I was like, well, I could go there and then just ask if I can, transfer my ticket, because they say that in the email. If you can't attend for any reason, you can transfer your tickets to a later show. So I was like, well, maybe I should just go and just wait now, because I already lost my parking spot by my apartment, and just wait. But I'm like, there's stuff I could be doing at home. I don't even know if they'll have a seat at the Magnificent Ambersons. It wouldn't be a total loss just to go and turn around and drive home, although that would suck too. But I was like, no, may as well just come back here, study. Maybe I'll watch a movie on my laptop. I still am saving money. I don't even want to spend $200 on TV. And I feel like I should have a lot of money saved up before I even spend $200 on something like that, even though watching movies on my laptop isn't that great of an experience. And work on screenplays. I'm taking screenwriting courses. Tomorrow I'm taking a class with Corey Mandel. I'm very excited about that. Looking forward to it. I wrote something as an assignment this week, and I'm glad that we had that assignment, because I felt like, oh shit, I gotta write something and new. He's like, you can't use old characters, you can't use anything old you've written, and here are the rules on it. We're doing something with this to see where your writing is at, what level of writing you're at. I'm like, okay, I want to stick to the rules. I'm not going to cheat. He'll never know if I cheated, but I'm not going to cheat. I'm going to come up with new characters and stuff. And it ended up, I think it's a good experience. We'll see how it actually turns out, but anyways, I'm glad I did it. I'm like, fuck, man, I just want to go out and meet people too. Like, I always at movie theaters and stuff, not necessarily just a regular movie theater, but like the Alamo Draft House or something. A lot of times I'd sit at the bar before the movie and just talk to people around me. Anyways, so that was crappy, and I'm like, damn it, I wanted to meet people who were into this Scorsese film too, The Age of Innocence, as opposed to all his gangster movies, which he hasn't really made a whole lot of those. You think about it, Mean Streets, Goodfellas, Casino, The Departed. That's pretty much it. Oh, and The Irishman now. But anyways, and I love his gangster movies too. Don't get me wrong. Mean Streets I really love, and The Departed. I'm dissociating somewhat too. I was early to getting a strange taste in my mouth, but I'll be all right. That's part of why I'm exercising. Oh, and so part of the reason I wanted to do like sort of a refeed today, eat more food, was because when I eat more food, I don't have to go to the bathroom as much, and I can sit through a movie without going to the bathroom. And now there's no point to that. Um, that's fine. Hello, Lord Heinz. Heinz Ketchup. Teresa Heinz Carey. The Heinz Ketchup Empire. So yeah, that was it's disappointing, but whatever. Fuck. Just wanted to go out and meet people, but oh well. And I was like, well, where else can I see a movie? Not many other movie theaters are open. The new Beverly's open, Quentin Tarantino's theater that plays movies on film. They're playing Tenet there tonight, but it's all sold out. And it was also at 7:30, so couldn't even make it. Oh, and I don't even know what other movie I can see at the Secret Movie Club that they got coming up. They only play movies on weekends. They're playing Indiana Jones movies all next weekend, I believe, and maybe tomorrow or maybe just tomorrow and Sunday. Yeah, I think. And I'm like, fuck! I've seen the Indiana Jones movies 1,000 fucking times. I do not want to see them again. At least not right now, and not in a theater. I'd rather see something that I rarely get to see. Um, Even though I'm sure it'd be fun to see, an Indiana Jones movie, but and Raiders of the Lost Ark was one of my favorite movies as a kid, but or was my favorite movie for a time as a kid, but I've seen those movies 1,000 fucking times. I'm not trying to go that. In a week or two, they have two Stanley Kubrick films, Paths of Glory and Barry Lyndon. I've never seen Barry Lyndon. I really want to see that. Paths of Glory, I would still like to see in the theater, but I've seen it several times. Those are playing at times that interfere with my class, with my Saturday writing class. So I'm like, fuck. Well, I can't see that, and that's as far as their schedule goes out. So I'm like, fuck, fuck, fuck. This weekend, I'm gonna try and go out and see a movie. I'll look up the new Beverly, see if I can go there. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's right, Tony. Things that could be worse. I could be in Annandale. Yeah, I was trying to think, how do I get myself out of this bad mood tonight? Because I'm like, well, I'm doing so much better than I was before. I'm not heavily into, my dissociative episode, even though I am dissociating somewhat now. I'm in good shape. I've, lost a bunch of weight. I still want to lose at least 15 or 20 pounds. Hello, Teresa. I'm living in this really nice apartment, even with the fucking roommate problem. Which the guy I rent from, it looks like he'll install a security camera in the hall outside my door. Because I don't even want to interact with this woman when she's like flipping out and stuff. Really, I want to limit my interactions as much as possible because it's like Venom or something, from Spider-Man. It like latches onto you, and like that's you get grappled, pulled into their life before you even know it. I don't want anything to do with that. So he's gonna probably do that. And also, check this out. So he told me, he's like, why don't you put a sort of a gate, like a safety bar on your door? So this mirror here is my door, and so I'm wondering, how do I do this? So see, it opens up here. I have a bungee cable tying it up right now, kind of wrapped around it, but it's not. This is not like a real good security. This is mainly just, it'll slow someone down a few seconds if they're. Nobody's gonna break in, I don't think, to my room. But say if when people open the door in the hall, it changes the air pressure, like so the air like comes in or something, and it like makes my doors swing open a little, and it would like it makes startle me at night when I'm like, oh shit, someone's trying to come in. And so I just wrapped this on here to have just a security from that, so it'll stop that. But here's what he suggested. He suggested basically get like a 2x4, like a piece of wood or something, screw it onto here, and have like a catch for it, like some kind of catch, like bar right here. So think of my arm as the 2x4, just like a little gate. You can hear. Let me tilt the camera up. So what he suggested, to do something where I can screw it in here, have it up, and then swing it down, and it'll stop right there. And so people can't open the door then in here. Say if anything ever happens, she's trying to break in here or something. So, yeah, I should do that. I just don't know what I need for the little catch for it. I guess, really, all it has to be is a little anything, like a little block of wood right here or something. And I just need something so it stays in place, like up here, because I don't want it blocking, like a bunch of my stuff here on the cabinets. And I don't want it swinging down. So, yeah, just something like up here to sort of rest it, and then anything just to kind of like catch it down here, like a gate on somebody's backyard or something. So he suggested that, and that sounds like a good idea. But yeah, I was trying to think, okay, I know this isn't like the worst thing. How can I get myself out of this bad mood? It's like, well, okay, I could write, I could exercise, I could watch a movie, and also I'm living in LA. It's easy to take things for granted, but I'm living in LA for one thing. I'm not homeless anymore. I live in a nice apartment. I have a good job, a decent income now. I got apparently another stimulus came out. I got another $600 from the government, and it said like stimulus payment. I had no idea. I'm not looking at the news. I think that's the best for me is just not look at the news. It makes me dissociate. It makes me manic. So yeah, that sucks. Really wanted to go see this movie. My goddamn bladder, I piss like 100 times a day because I barely eat, and I don't know how to eat a lot and not gain weight. And anyways, I know you can do it. You reverse diet, but I'm just not interested in doing that. At least not yet. Where you count calories and like you add 80 calories a day once you get to your goal weight, and then you add it like each. I'm like, fuck that, counting calories like that. But a lot of things I thought I'd never do, I end up doing. So maybe I will at some point. I'll be like, fuck it, I'll do it. Also, I finally found a good grocery store within walking distance so I can get food. Holy shit! Before I was either getting food from the food bank or just they only have certain things at certain times. Like you get stuff there and then it's gone. Like that item that you want, it's gone because they rely on donations from grocery stores. And I would go to this little market around the corner, very, very tiny market. I am talking like smaller than many 7-Elevens. And basically, all I would get there is bananas and sardines and hot sauce. Ooh, excuse me. And right now, I'm retyping the screenplay for What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I forget. I think David Haynes wrote it. I can't remember the name of the screenwriter. Who I guess he also wrote the book and adapted the book for the screenplay. But anyways, I love the movie. I love the screenplay. Screenplay is very close to the film. I've read the screenplay before, but now I'm retyping it out word for word to learn it better, and that's helping a lot. This is my 7th screenplay now that I'm retyping out word for word. So how's everybody doing? Can you all tell me? Can you hear my jaw clicking when I do my TMJ exercises? Oh man. Oh, I look like a blow-up doll. A blow-up doll that was like trapped in a volcanic explosion. What am I doing? Oh man, I gotta stretch my jaw to keep my jaw from tensing up with the TMJ, and it makes my ears hurt. Oh, by the way, if you want to see, can anybody hear that? Oh my goodness. I feel like it is kind of ridiculous when it's like you're on the internet, you are on YouTube. You could just type, "Can you hear it or not?" I don't get that. I'm always a good audience participator. People who don't clap at shows, it's like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, how do you not think you look like a jerk when you're not clapping when, like I was at the last Tim and Eric show before the pandemic. Well, I mean, the second to last show, but it was like the last part of their tour in LA. And they called for participation at certain points and people sitting around me not clapping. It's like, how can you be there and not think you're being like a hostile audience at that point? Anyways, so I totally screwed up. Oh my goodness. So fucking bothered. And I don't know what the next movie I can see at the secret movie club that I want to see and have time to see. Excuse me. So fucking ridiculous. I didn't even check the time. I'm like, damn it, another few weeks before I see a movie. Oh, and my dumbass roommate, the one with the annoying girlfriend, I swear, he's such a fucking dope. He I don't know, he does stupid mistakes. He makes stupid mistakes. But one of them is, I mean, he's just, I swear he always fucking seems out of it. Just like you just woke him up from a nap, like, oh, yeah, he, anytime he uses up the toilet paper, he doesn't put a new roll on. He just takes, like, we leave extra rolls of toilet paper on top of the toilet. He'll just take it and put it on the sink. And he'll leave it there for like a day or two before he switches it out. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's like a fuck you move. That laziness that disgusts me. That like, here, I don't want it, you take it. Or I'm too busy to do it. You can put it on, Angelo. Or like, who gives a shit? So he left it out the other day. I'm like, I just took it. If he ever wants to know about it, I'll be like, yeah, you left it out like you wanted me to take it. So I don't live like a slob. I don't live like a little child. I'm not your maid. He didn't even bring it up, and I think, yeah, when I got home, a new roll was on there. I don't know if it was his or not. It may not have been, but fuck that. Anytime he leaves it out like that, I'll take it. I don't care if he sees me taking it, because I'm gonna be like, what is this bullshit? Like, I'm just a fucking child here. Like I'm living with children who are too lazy to put this on. Where the fuck's that music coming from? Normally I can't hear music in here. I swear, it's like I can't trust anybody in this apartment for different reasons for every person. Even the one really nice guy that I get along with, he like doesn't take things seriously. Um, Even like little things where I'm saying like, dude, I don't want to talk about this. Where he's like, yo, man, but you got to tell me what. I'm like, I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, as usual, I am right. I'm smarter than everyone, and everyone else is wrong. Yeah, I'm getting the very most out of the last bit of this coconut butter moisturizer. And it's amazing though, waking up so early. I don't go to bed late anymore. I don't do stuff out late, but I think that's kind of good for me. Is that like night is for sleeping. Even though tonight I was planning on staying out a little later. But I still really wanted to get up early tomorrow, work out hard. I didn't work out hard this morning. I was distracted thinking about the problem with that girl, and so if screwed up my workout, made my whole day. I felt so like I was lacking confidence, and I did some errands, and when I got home around noon, I went into a hard workout because I'm like, I have to, like, I have to make myself do this, or I just won't feel good. And eventually, I guess I'll get a TV. Oh man, what a pain in the ass! I gotta get. Um, I want to screw in. I checked with the guy I rent from. He's okay with me putting the soundproof blanket up over my door and installing a curtain rod in the doorway. Uh, so yeah, I just need to get like cable ties or something. I had like 100 of them in my car. I don't know where they went, but cable ties to loop like the little loops on the um, soundproof blanket to put it onto the curtain because the holes on the blanket are too small to go through the curtain rod. But that'll be nice finally to have that more insulation from sound. But at least this place is working out pretty well, and I'm able to save money somehow, even with the rent I pay. And I'm finding places to park during the day, so I don't have to leave all day. Just go down the street, at least 3 or 4 blocks. You can park there. I super glued my side view mirror back on. Somebody smashed it. Somebody just destroyed it or smashed it up and left it on the ground a few days ago. So I super glued it all back together, and now it's on tight. I can put it through car washes. The glue doesn't come off. I did that on my Honda Civic. The license plate was coming off, and the holes in the bumper where you screw it in, or I forget what it was. It was just like you couldn't screw it back on. I forget exactly like how that worked, but or I would have needed new screws or something. I can't remember what it was, but I just super glued it back on. Took it through car washes, rain. That super glue stayed on there. This coconut butter smells good. It smells like not cocoa butter. No, cocoa butter, not coconut butter. It smells like almost like some kind of yogurt, like vanilla yogurt. I took a nap today. That was a first for a long time. I was just dead tired. Always got so much moisturizer. But yeah, if my dopey ass roommate, if he keeps leaving toilet paper sitting on the sink after the roll runs out, I'm just gonna fucking take it. And I'll be glad to talk to him about it and say, yeah, I took it because that's disrespect to me. It's like shoving it in my face, saying, oh, I don't have enough respect to just put it on there. I'm too lazy to. So everyone's got to deal with my laziness now. Fuck that. Turns out the white powder there was a white powder on the floor in front of one of the couches, always in the same area, and I kept wondering for months, like, what is this stuff? I thought the couch was rotting from the inside, and that like dust was coming out. But I never saw that. I would like try and press on the couch. I never saw the dust come out. I was talking to the dope, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that was my foot powder." He always sounds like he's waking up from a nap. Oh yeah, that was my foot powder. Come on. Now he cleans it up. So fuck you, man. This dumbass bullshit. I gotta get my own place. They still gotta hire someone else to work with me in my department at my job. I'm the only one in my department. So that's the good thing is I'm allowed overtime and I'm making more money and I always want to make more. The bad thing is I'm taking classes now. I'm totally missing my film coloring course, which I paid like $500 for. Forget that. I'm only barely able to keep up with the screenwriting courses. I'm a basically a film archivist machine. So it's like film comes into our company and it's got to go to different departments for processing. They may be scanning it for digitizing an old movie, or they may have uh, they may be like restoring a movie, and will like comes to my department. So I'm like the archive basically, and it's like I'm the librarian slash mailroom. I have to catalog it, identify it all, put labels on everything, and ship stuff out. When we're done with it, send move stuff to other departments, and so that alone keeps me busy for like 50 hours a week. Uh, yeah, I'm not getting this person into my life anymore. That's like saying, needlessly endangering yourself for content. I don't need content. Uh, well, yeah, I never wanted to live with roommates, and sure enough, I'm having problems with every single one in here to varying degrees, some worse than others, but in the end, I just prefer to be by myself when it comes to living conditions. I have trouble living with people. I know I'm going to get to a point where I just do not want to be here. I'm not saying it's because I'm rapidly approaching it. That's just how I am. Anywhere I am, if it's not changing somehow or improving, I get to the point where I hate myself. I'm lying to myself just by being there, and I'm lying by saying acting like I want to be there and I don't. And again, I'm not saying like I know this is happening now. I'm just saying eventually it will. That's just how it goes for me. Now I realize that about myself, where I will want to at some point, and so yeah, it's gonna happen at some point. I'm sure it'll happen with a lot of things, with whatever. I don't know, but I can't be in situations where I'm just lying to myself and everybody else. Yes, I thought I'd be watching The Age of Innocence right now. Holy shit! And I just forgot the time, and I assumed it was 8:30 and not 7:30. And so now I don't know what other movie. I'm gonna have to wait at least 2 or 3 weeks before they show what other movies they're gonna play at this movie club, and then I'll try and pick something else. Because for now, there's either nothing I want to go see or I don't have time to go see it. I'm gonna try and find some other movie theater, maybe the New Beverly, and see something there. Man, and now I just want to keep writing. I very much looking forward to my screenwriting class tomorrow. I wrote a story for the class tomorrow, an assignment we got. It was interesting, just the pressure of having to do something like on assignment, meaning you're told sort of what some direction to write in, limitation on what you're writing. In our case, it was a page count, and I don't want to get too much into what the assignment is, but um, and certain limitations on what the scenario can be. I'm like, oh crap, it can't be this, can't be this, but I'm like, good. I want to do all that. I want to make it as hard as possible in a way, so I push myself to do it the way I'm supposed to. Wait, Doug Liman directed Swingers? I didn't realize that about him. I knew about the Bourne movies, Flight 93, Go. I had no idea he directed Swingers. And he directed the Tom Cruise Emily Blunt movie, right? What is it? The one where they're dying every day? What the hell is it called? Chase After Tomorrow or something? I can't remember. Um, the Edge of Tomorrow. Directors with a meteor career starts. Directors don't have that, where they just have huge career starts. They work for years and years before they ever get, a popular movie. The only one I can think who really had that kind of is his name online is David F. Sandberg, who directed Shazam. He directed that short on YouTube with his wife, where it called Lights Out, I think, and it got like I don't know, like 14 million views online, something like that. And he's from Sweden, and he ended up getting a directing job like right after that. But other than him, I'm not really aware of directors who just have these meteoric rises. Everyone I'm aware of had to work a ton. Richard Linklater said he always considered a backhanded compliment when people say, "Oh, he was just an overnight success," because he said he worked for like 10 years doing like 17-hour days, watching movies, studying movies, working every position on movie sets, running movie clubs, reading screenplays, all kinds of like training for himself to develop before he had what did he direct first? Slacker? Yeah, but now why am I trying to think of Dazed and Confused? When did Dazed and Confused wasn't his first movie? It was Slacker. But who? I thought somehow wasn't Dazed. I feel like Dazed and Confused was somehow. Oh, it was Matthew McConaughey's first movie. But yeah, I'm not aware of who were these overnight successes. That's what people want you to think, that they were overnight successes, but the term it sickens me in a way because it doesn't even apply to anybody. Oh, finally got an answer, Donna. You can hear my jaw. My goodness, where are all your manners, people? I just ask you a simple question. Oh yeah, Ian Hubert is amazing. I saw his film or his web series, Salad Pot. What was it called? Salad Cup or something. Oh, amazing! And here's what's really gets me about it. A lot of whatever shorts online that involve high tech stuff, whether it's just a high tech camera or it's some sci-fi element or a special effects. A lot of those are just poorly written. They're just not interesting. And it's like, oh, we had something cool, so we just focus on it. We don't know how to develop it. It's just doing this. It's like this. I don't know how to describe it. I'm not a good critic, but it's just like hey, we had this cool thing. Just keep watching how cool it is. Ian Hubert's thing, it's so subtle. First of all, which is good. The story is so well written. I only saw the first episode. It builds and builds and keeps you wondering what's going to happen next without saying a lot. It's not giving you on the nose dialogue like so many of these whatever web series or just short films have. Oh, and I'm also thinking like these action shorts, where they can easily add special effects and it's like this Dragon Ball Z type thing. I've seen that stuff where oh, it's supposed to be the most intense, amazing fight ever, but there's like no story, there's no character. This was so good. It was so subtle. It wasn't overdone. It wasn't shot. It first of all, amazingly produced, like amazingly. Though, and here's the most. I won't say the most amazing part. Good performances. It keeps things just like ambiguous enough to you're wondering, well, like what's really going on? Why is this in this world? Why is that there? Like just he knows how to pull back and cut stuff out to leave you like to let the visuals and the motion and the design of this world inform the story you're watching and add turning points to the story to keep you interested. Other people do not know how to do that. So, in addition to making great visuals and great designs, he apparently, and I guess his team, know how to write a good story. I don't know if they'll keep being like that, but at least the first one I saw was amazing. Yeah, it's like Salad Cup or something. It's so good. It's not corny. It's not overly done. It's not on the nose. Like so many people, it's like the last thing they think about is the writing. You know, they get amazing cameras and all this other stuff, and they don't get good writing and sound as well. I cannot believe how they deal with that. I'm not saying my sound is perfect, but Salad Mug, that's it. Yeah, I knew Salad Cup was wrong. Hey, big score. And not only okay, so the story keeps unfolding, and the visuals just inform the world, and he knows to cut away from it, even though it's so interesting to look at. It's always better to leave you wondering, how's that work in the world? What? But you don't really you wonder, but at the same time, you know, oh, it's a new thing. You're just learning about this world the character lives in, and how they communicate too. And it's not done in a corny way where it's like, oh, we're just fetishizing our special effects. Because there's one thing where the way they communicate, I'm like, huh, what's this? Because she has to make a phone call at one point, and I'm like, wait, they don't have cell phones? Like, why? Oh, what is it? You're just fetishizing retro technology. And then I see how they have to make the phone call, and I'm like, oh, he really thought this through. This is actually, and I don't want to know everything about the world. I don't need to. I'd rather just see it and know this is part of this world, but it's on the periphery. We're following this story. And then at the end of the first episode, he knows to ramp up the revelations and the tension and the excitement. He just knew how to write it well. And I'm sure he didn't just know, but he worked at it and worked at it, because that takes a long time to learn. And I know there were, I saw the list of credits at the end. There were a lot of things and a lot of people on there, a lot of things. And it was just amazing. So, yeah, there's a good web filmmaker on there. And apparently he spent like 3 years making this, or a web series creator on there on YouTube. Just check it out. It's amazing. Ian Hubert, Salad Mug. I got to see if they've released the second episode yet or what. But the first one was just great. Every time I thought, oh, this is going to get corny. Oh, here, now they're showing the close up of the actor's face. This is where it's going to get sappy. No, it stayed. He kept his restraint, which so many people, so many internet filmmakers don't do. And I'm not saying I'm better than all of them or better than any of them. I'm just saying, what I've noticed. And I can only try and avoid those mistakes. Trying to drink tons of water lately because I've been so incredibly fucking bloated and have horrible farting. And I'm eating really healthy. I'm eating oatmeal plus the oatmeal cookies that I make with no added sugar, and mackerel, sardines, canned vegetables, beans. I'm like all fucking healthy shit, and just having the worst fucking like bloating and not well, yeah, kind of constipation, but it's not like I don't want to get too graphic, but constipation you associate with dryness and like impacted stool. Um, Shit is all dry and it's like a brick going through it. It wasn't like that. It just, for whatever reason, it was like just stained. in me, making me bloated, so I'm just trying to chug a ton of water lately, and that's helping. Break the loop. You're asking what drugs do I think my roommate was on? Yeah, I don't know. Um, this person does smoke weed a lot, but I don't know. And I didn't smell weed. That's the thing. Normally, I can always smell it in the hall if she's smoking it. So I don't know this time. Maybe she wasn't high at all. I don't know. But I think she was high. Something. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with other drugs or like what they make people act like cocaine. I don't really like. Yeah, I've seen it in movies and I've seen people in real life on it, but I don't really notice anything in people in real life when they're doing it. Maybe that's because they're not like total fucking fiends. I don't know, but beats me. Anyways, I should get going on that note. That's a good note to end. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna do some more writing and drink some more water. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.